Hey guys, Scat Dad here. Bear with me on the sound. I left my lapel mic at home, so you're gonna have to deal with a little bit of road noise. Hopefully it's not too bad. Just before we get started, guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. I'm just starting this thing out. Figured I'd help out some enthusiasts with maybe someone that's maybe in the same position I am. To give you a little bit of background, I currently have a 23 Dodge Charger Super B Edition, one of 500. And I debated so much on whether or not to get into the new Charger, the 2026, with the Hurricane's engine in it. I know there was a lot of mixed feedback on the body style, on the engine choice on it. I personally love a good inline six. I'm a big fan of like the M4s and of course some of the AMGs that are out there. I personally have also had M's and AMGs. I've also had LS3 Camaros. I've also had 6th generation Camaros. I've even had the 5.7 Hemi and the 6.4 Hemi currently. And I just thought really hard about what to do. I looked at all the YouTube videos on the Hurricane Charger. You know, there are some videos out there, but they're mostly just walk-arounds. And I figured, you know, why not, you know, get into this new concept of muscle car. As we all know, the inline sixes have primarily been, you know, something on the German engineering side of things. And then, of course, you know, we have the big old V8 engines over here with the American muscle. So having this almost hybrid concept of a muscle car with an inline six, you know, really, I think modernizes and brings about the next generation of muscle cars that we're about to see. I know another big thing about why I decided to trade in the Charger, I really feel when Stellantis announces the V8s that are coming to the Charger, because I feel like we all know it's coming. At that point, we might see a dip in the value of our current cars and my current Charger, and we just won't get the most out of it until we want to make that trade, you know, at the dealer. I know a lot of us can private sell it, but, you know, it just so happened that I worked out a pretty solid deal with my Super B. I'm actually getting more than what I paid for it on the trade, which is a good thing, I think, and it saves me even more on the taxes. But, you know, I really had to think about, you know, just the sound, because even though I love the good sound of an inline six, I still appreciate, you know, the V8 muscle car, and the sound is just, there's nothing that beats it out there, guys. I mean, we all know that. And of course, the V8 enthusiasts out there, just, they don't got 8 cylinders in it, you know, they're not going to mess with it. But like I said, since I've had some experience with inline sixes, you know, they're just easier to mod, guys. I mean, we all know that, you know, the 6.4 Hemi is very optimized from the factory, and there's not a whole lot of extra power to be had with these modifications without, you know, going forced induction on it. But, you know, with this new Dodge Charger, I mean, throw a downpipe on it, throw a tune on it, and I mean, you're already at 100 extra horsepower. You know, there's a video out there where these guys throw a JB4 on it, and it's got an extra 140 wheel horsepower, and that's just insane. I mean, the thing itself, all-wheel drive for 550 horsepower, it's pretty nuts. I mean, we saw what it did when it raced the Hellcat and Dark Horse, for those of you that saw the video. So I can only imagine adding over 100 extra horsepower and still having that 100 wheel drive capability. So interested to see what comes of it, what aftermarket support comes with the vehicle. Like I said, I've spoken with you know, Stainless, I've spoken with Aerodynamics, and there's just a lot of things and a lot of potential that this car has. I've already got some things on the way, guys, to kind of, you know, offset the fact that, you know, I've done a lot to my current car aesthetically. Haven't done a whole lot to it mechanically other than a cold air intake and a strut tower brace on it. That's all I feel like it really needed. You know, it's nice to have a good V8, and one of the supporting decisions for this jump into the inline six from the V8 is that, you know, I'm still going to have a V8 in my Ram 1500 that's got the 5.7 in it. I've done a ton of work to it, and thing's a beast. So I'm still going to have a V8 at home. And then, of course, you know, with this one, inline six, I think it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how it does with, you know, as things age and how the vehicle holds up. It excels in every category against the 392. I'm sure y'all know that already, other than sound. So I really had to think, once again, you know, is sound that important to me that I'm, you know, going to give up this new Charger? And I'm not a track guy. I mean, I enjoy, you know, going to car clubs. I enjoy, you you know, having a little fun, you know, at night when I'm driving my vehicle home. But like I'm sure most of you do, you know, we're not taking our cars to the track and, you know, seeing how fast we can, you know, do a lap. Some of us, including myself, do go to the drag strip sometimes, but that's about the extent of it, you know, so I'm not really worried about this new Charger not being a track monster. I mean, the Chargers in general never have been. You know, they're heavy cars. The new Charger is heavier, I know, but from my understanding, they've made some adaptations to the suspension that kind of offset that. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated once I get to the dealer. I'm working with South Point Dodge on this. You know, I'll make a couple videos and kind of show you what's going on once I get there. But like I said, don't forget to like and subscribe, and just stay updated, guys. So looking to help some of y'all out and seeing where this journey takes us.